Poppy?
Ashe Poppy, because you know they've already picked the Alistair, so you're not going to get punished for this. And so the Talia Poppy combo will make things a little bit difficult here, as the Ezreal is going to be locked in. And a
huge cheer through the crowd.
Yeah, you can see, like, I think Goom probably heard it as well. Bit of a sly grin on his face as well. Not necessarily known for this pick.
I mean, a pick, frankly, that he has avoided, but he has played in the past and has given us some pretty decent performances on. Even though he doesn't lock it in often, doesn't have the confidence to play it often, you have to imagine, because there's been so many drafts where it was the perfect angle and he went for the Xayah instead he went for something else that was safe. He's going to play it here. It fits the bill. We just didn't know that he was going to be able to pull it out today. Feels like he's confident enough on this. It is a big moment for Guma.
He's on another really powerful pick, and he has been really good. So that might make the Bros' life a little difficult.
소환사의 협곡에 오신 것을 환영합니다.
All right, here we are, ladies and gentlemen. And that is, like, that's the true Akami skin. It's a little bit corrupted, but I think it's about the closest that you can get. Thank you, Ona, for that one. As the Bros moving in for a little bit of an engage to start us off. I just want to go and zoom in on Ona and have a look at this this Neferi skin. I do like the hot dogs, but I'm such a Akami fan that I just prefer on the minimap. Sorry, on the map as well. As Polo looking to come in and deny Faker here. He doesn't actually have level 6 as the Ignite is ticking down. Threaded Volley needing to be flashed. And so Faker not going to die, but is going to be in a little bit of trouble. No teleport available either, as a seismic shove just barely misses.
Man, Faker, such good reaction on that flash. Bro just...
Nice shove.
For some pressure more, Faker's flash still down. He used his charm.
Charm doesn't actually hit onto anything at all, but Ona is moving in here. Threaded Volley doing a fair bit of work as Croco just trying to bide his time, as now Faker getting on in there, and Croco is in so much trouble. He flashes, he finds the Q! And the monkey will live! The doggos don't find the daggers either, and Closer is now looking to finish off Ona if he can. Carrier comes in, and that is going to be the cow saying no to all these shenanigans.
Wow.
A lot of animals in the mid lane, but a big win for the Bros.
Flash Q from Croco, and Doran's in trouble now.
Wait, the flash forward, the ghoulies, the maiden! Are they going to be able to get the kill? That little ghoul! It's not going to be enough, okay. Whoa. Okay, the Lord and savior of the Bros.
That has a gold lead right now here for T1 anywhere as well. Once again, solid early is Faker. Where are you at?
Oh dear.
Rocks are down.
Yeah, the rocks go down, and Faker not going to be able to do too much about getting out of the way of this one. It's good charm onto Closer, but I don't think it's going to save him, and it in fact does not. As well from Doran as we head back into live. Hype being able to at least grab that cooldown. As here on the top side, we do have a little bit of pressure put on by T1. Hype grabbing this wave is a little bit of a worry, but the Bros feeling very confident, especially with Faker towards this bottom side of the map and showing on vision. And it is going to be grub number 1 going on over to the Bros.
Yeah, they got it without Smite, so they still have a Smite for a second one here, so looking very good for a 2 for 3.
Yep, Hype moves on in. And the True Shot Barrage getting a fair bit of value. In fact, over all 3 of them is massive, but it is a 2 for 1 trade as far as the grubs are concerned.
Doran getting prior there on the top side really warped how that was going to go. Nice avoid here from Carrier as well. They took the pressure in the top side, turned into a grub swing there, and the True Shot Barrage was massive. Doran had faster rotation. Hype could not get involved into the thick of things there outside of his ultimate. And so T1, he's winning right now against Doran in terms of the extra pressure he got in the bottom lane. He's still up 300 gold, almost killed Doran solo. He's going to grab another plate here. And until it stops working, I'll sing his praises in this one.
Ghoulie Wall. It always just makes me a little bit more excited than I have any right to be, but it is still a very fun ability when it does land. Is that turret not quite able to give away another plate?
And this is on Bro Vision.
Yeah, Ona calls back the doggos, and it should be Ona taking this one down pretty comfortably.
And I think they're going to kill Doran. Yeah, I think they're going to kill Doran in exchange. But Doran, potentially aware of this, see what he decides to do. They're going to get a plate at worst case scenario, but I think they're going to get a Jace too. As here comes the Wukong.
Yes, I think Doran getting the idea that he's going to have to try and clear out the wave. The Ghoulie Wall comes down, the arrow sails on through, so does the True Shot Barrage. That's pretty cute. Faker's teleport just that little bit too late, not going to be able to save the Jace. And Carrier even able to get up here as T1. They also get the Dragon, right? It's not exactly end of the world.
Because Faker teleported, though, Closer's going to get more plate gold.
Like 2 Qs, and this is dead.
Oh, yeah, 100%. Like, he's going to get this Demolish proc he didn't get a second ago, and it's just gone.
Yep.
That doesn't cancel teleports anymore, so he may be dead.
Well, he's just going to teleport himself because he knows, oh, the charm has to land, but it does not get it there in time.
And so Faker trades his teleport for this, but they still lose the turret.
Oh, God.
And he gets out with his life. York mastery.
This is just, you can see Morgan with the most gold in the game.
I think there was a real window for T1 to try to do something a little bit more aggressive while Closer was showing there on the bottom lane and try to make something happen for this Herald, but they instead kind of slow-played it. Faker was a very long rotation down to the bottom lane, and now Morgan's going to get this turret for free. He doesn't need the Herald for this one, and I don't know if Faker will be able to say the same about this bottom turret. He has Owner with him, but others are coming down. Closer has Weaver's Wall, and he's going to get a lot of this turret. I'm not sure he's going to get the whole thing, and I think he won't.
No, he's going to have to run away from Closer here, and even going to get thrown back. Nice charm was already in the air as Closer running pretty quickly.
Hype has arrow.
Phase Rush does proc, and it does work against Faker, actually, as Owner here in position. And wisely, Closer is going to move back. Polu not going to be as wise, and so instead going to need to use that heroic charge. Seismic Shove goes wide because of it, as there's the Keeper's verdict. The verdict is no pets allowed.
Like you said, it's the team fights, and it's the later game. It's the post 15 minutes where bro do fall apart oftentimes, but they have so much control now. As long as they just keep putting the pressure on just like they have these last 8 minutes, it's hard to imagine that they're simply going to give up the control of this game. Like, they just keep putting the pressure on. Look at carry it.
Yeah, great Seismic Shove going to connect onto the cow. And the bros continuing to throw in this poke. Hype able to layer in these volleys, and he is the only one that's behind on their team. Gumayushi has been doing a really, really good job. Very, very close to 2 items on this Ezreal as well. Now going back, we'll see whether it is going to be this game. That side lane pressure is always going to be there.
Yeah, and T1 are not known to be down 2 turrets at 20 minutes, you know? This is a quite unusual situation as Morgan.
It's a really long lane, by the way. There's the Morning Mist, and there is the Ghoulie Wall. Doran is just dead. He didn't even need to shovel him.
Solo kill.
Yeah, that was, well, it was more of like a 5-person kill because there was like 3 Ghoulies, a Maiden, and a Yorick.
Arrow missed. Solo kill.
Well, I mean, that's actually what it was.
You know, if Hype stole the kill with the arrow, I don't know if we'd feel good or bad about it.
I think we'd just have a giggle.
Yeah.
That's probably where I'd be at. As, yeah, Morgan's like, okay, my minions are better than yours, Morgan.
I mean, he's so big. He has Shojins.
Yeah, look at this.
He kills him if he doesn't
He's able
W.
to flip out of there. But now it's Gumayushi's turn. Faker comes in. Great sidestep. I think Morgan is definitely dead, but he's demonstrating that he's pretty scary. Gets a bunch of his health back. He's running around in circles. The Ghoulie Wall is cute, and the Maiden is going to go down. So Maidenless and dead is Morgan, but Otacon is also dead.
Yeah, I liked it when he killed Doran. That was the good part. The rest
that was the good part.
Was kind of cool because they got Otacon. It looked a little bit funny, but so many people have to come to deal with the side lane pressure threat. That is exactly what you want with your side laner.
If Doran dies again, then it's 100% worth, as he has to go in because he knows that he's dead. Good flash comes out there, but Closer puts himself in. The Cyclone from Croco is extraordinary, and they just keep the doggo in the sky, and Closer survives.
Yeah, untarget all this!
Yeah, exactly, as the turret also...
And they did the CC, and the dog was flying, and then down.
Yep, and now Faker is looking to get a dive onto Closer here. Seismic Shove actually headbutted into. That was so weird.
Not on my mid laner!
Yeah, they are all defending Closer. Saving Private Closer. That's kind of the way here for the bros, I guess.
And so many T1 members top side, and guess who's on the bottom side? Split pushing and looking for an inner turret with Demolish procs at the ready. It's my man Morgan.
Yep, and now Doran is fighting Croco. I think my money's on Croco if it's a fair 1v1. As Morgan, yeah, just, like this is just gone. The Maiden going to be put back together. Morgan no longer Maidenless as he gets this wave put together once more. I mean, Polo also standing his ground against Owner. That is a sign of how this game is going.
I mean, we're one. And also I just don't see the way back into the game for T1 unless they make a mistake.
Oh, there's a flash forward as over the wall goes Croco. He's got another section of Cyclone here. I'm pretty sure there it is. He uses it to make his escape. The Seismic Shove delivers the dog over towards the bros. And they will say thanks for that one. It's not the hot dog this time around, but they're going to still say it's delicious. As Doran looking to try and finish off Polo here, but he's made it to safety. And T1 without their jungler now. And the Baron is spawning in 10 seconds time.
All right. It's not really the T1 control of Baron spawn angle. It's the against T1 try to do Baron, which is also a little bit of a scary prospect. Guma does not have summoner spells. Palu running as fast as he can. They're trying to burst this one down, and even Morgan's getting involved. But this is a scary angle here for Bro.
Yeah, Bro really want the turn, and they are going to find it here as down goes the Talia. Morgan gets in amongst it, though, as the goalie wall is down. Palu looking to try and make something happen. The flash forward from Hype's crazy, but it just might work. As down goes Gumayushi in that backline. Morgan is making sure no one else can get in here. And it is Doran and Guma both on the ground, and the Bros, they can go back to the Baron if they'd like. But maybe it is just heal yourself back up and just...
The fact that this Yorick just keeps pulling T1 around. T1 is the tennis ball that Bro keep pulling from side lane to side lane. And now looking for more onto Faker. Good charm.
Yeah, and now Faker is kind of in a box. They do put the wall down, but the seismic shove going to pull him back, and man, he had absolutely nowhere to go. Down goes the Fox Lady.
I mean, who's going to deal with Yorick now, by the way? Morgan's level 16.
I don't really have anyone to elect for that one. Is Polo going to stop Ona from getting on top of him? And
would you pick
the
inhibitor turret? Can you think the inhibitor turret can deal with Morgan? I don't think so. I don't think this inhibitor turret's got it, man. I don't think so.
Doran is shoveling, man, and he's shoveling strongly. Doran comes on over. He's going to stop the inhibitor itself from going down.
Morgan is digging T1's grave, and I think he's about 5.8 feet deep.
Well, Croco's grave might also be there.
Play the macro game perfectly, using the Talia so well.
Well, Faker is, yeah, speaking of caster curses, they are real. And the arrow going to connect onto Carrier, who uses the ultimate to deny it. So down goes Closer. Polo going to taxi on the crab and does manage to evict the doggo. But the Bros now in a whole lot of trouble. One after the other, they are going down. As at least it was the decoy that fell there. The flash charm going to be able to pick up Croco, but the goalie wall will just deny. Owner able to front flip his way out. But there is the Warrior Trickster from Croco. He has to use the flash as well, though, as Ona going to get slowed down. There's the blast cone. Morgan just getting amongst it. And he puts a goalie wall down. That's going to make sure that even the Maiden survives.
I mean, there's a potential Baron angle here if they're confident enough to do so.
Yeah, Croco is still up, but you're right. With 3 versus 5, I don't think Bro can fight for it.
I just don't think Croco can reasonably get there. I think they have enough damage here at this point. Shojin is done for Guma to burst this one down. We're going to see the teleport coming through, but it is a Yorick. Carry is holding the line here on the edge. Hype can't get through, and T1, off of the skirmish, will take the Baron.
Yep, teleport going to come in from Closer. We'll see how many Barons they can actually take off the map, off the back end of this one. I think Doran is definitely dead, as they're just trying to work out whether they can get anyone else. So here's the consolation Jace, and T1 absolutely happy.
I wonder if Bro could just push this naked inhibitor in the bottom lane and try to take that out before T1 can get reset here. Send somebody down there. Faker teleports to the turret. Arrow?
Yeah, going to get the ulti out of Faker. Should mean that this inner turret is going to fall down. So against the flow of play, Bro going to be able to at least get this one back. The Rebel Baron power play getting closer and closer to the negatives.
Almost got the turret. Good try.
Dearie me. Well, there goes the shield.
You don't have turrets.
Heroic charge comes on in. Weaver's Wall going to block him off, so that is just a free kill onto the Jace.
I mean, there's turrets everywhere for Bro. Like, T1 only got the mid turret. Every other turret is alive. So Doran has to go so deep and like can't kill the turret, then he's just cut off by a Weaver's Wall, and that's the inhibitor. You know, it's just stuff like this that is Bro running circles around what is it, a very attempted Baron power play, but barely in the positives. Faker picks up that topside turret. They're second off the game. But Bro are like, cool, it's your Baron. We're getting more. Inhibitor down, and now threatening the mid inhibitor turret as Faker returns home, but this is the end of the Baron, and it's not a positive.
It's not, and the arrow going to connect on to Carrier, who doesn't press the ulti button, holds onto that one intelligently as well. There's now Morgan throwing out some mist, but as you can see, it's Hype getting to work on the second inhibitor for the Bros. And the base is getting so small here for T1. They just don't seem to have too many answers for Bro just closing in and breaking their stuff.
They just can't get a true 5v5 team fight because they're always a man down. They're always, sometimes multiple members.
And they're putting the Yorick into the only other side of the map that does have an inhibitor. As I say that, he's teleporting into the mid lane because there is a sole point to fight for. Ona goes untargetable to avoid the arrow. And we'll have that one back off cooldown relatively quickly. Morgan moving on over. Remember, the Hullbreaker not doing as much at this point in time now that he's grouped with the rest of his team. They do want to make sure that they can confirm this dragon, and all they have to do is wait.
Yeah, there's a huge wave in the top lane that Doran is dealing with. He can teleport over. Super minions starting to stack up 2 of them in the bottom lane. I don't think T1 can win this, or maybe a steal.
Crucial Barrage was cute.
Barely close.
Yeah, not quite enough, but yeah, as you say, closer than it had any right to be.
I don't think that was a fight T1 could win, but they can try to get some side lane control. That turret in the top lane is gone, so Doran can actually turn
extra subscriptions as well. So the bro flags are also in there, which is like the best way to pay your bro tax. Highlight the bro flags.
The 4-1 here is so insanely strong, and trying to peel off to kill Morgan is just not realistic.
And also, when you've got 2 inhibitors down, it just makes this play so comfortable. Exactly. The Unbreakable Will onto Carrier there as the Charm will connect as Morgan is making his way over, but I don't think you're winning that 1v1 as the flash forward from Polo is massive. The triple knock-up from Croco as well on this Wukong. Gumayushi goes down and Carrier alongside him. And Doran, of course, is dead at the same time. Faker still in this 1v1 as the Blast Cone might save his life. And the popcorn for Dagon is tasting better and better as the bros look to knock down the Nexus and bring us to a Game 3. Oh, what a day for a 6-gamer, Wolf.
Oh man, back-to-backs, in fact.